We now solve this problem. Problem is there is a point P over here which with coordinates 7a, and it lies on the line joining a equal to minus 5 2 and p equal to 3 6. We have to find the ratio, the m and n by which it divides, and also we have to find what is this a. Now since the problem involves ratio, we use section formula. Section formula says what? The point P has coordinates mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n, m by 2 plus n by 1 upon m plus n. We insert the point 7a over here, and since the point P is given, we insert this as 7a because we don't have to find, it is told to us that the point is 7a, so instead of P we write 7a. We also don't know what is this m, we also don't know what is this n, therefore we take m and n as it is. Your x2 will be this point A, this coordinates will be x1, this will be y1, this will be x2, this will be y2. So your x2 will become 3 plus n, x1 will become minus 5 upon m plus n, m by 2 will become 6 plus n, y1 will become 2 upon m plus n. I've copied everything from here. So we are left with 7a as 3m minus 5m upon m plus n and 6m plus 2n upon m plus n. Now we use a trick. The trick is simple. Since these 2 points are equal, it is the first coordinate over here will match with the first coordinate over here. Second over here will match with the second over here. So therefore, your 7 will be 3m minus 5n upon m plus n, and your a will be 6m plus 2n upon m plus n. So now we use this equation to get the ratio. Now we use this equation that we have got 7 equal to 3m minus 5m upon m plus n to find this ratio. So we take 7 is equal to 3m minus 5m upon m plus n. Then you take this over here, you get 7 into m plus n is equal to 3m minus 5n. So this will become 7m plus 7n will become 3m minus 5n. Now we keep all n's on one side and all m's on one side. So we take 7m plus 7n. This, when it came this side, it became minus 3m. It became minus 5n. So 7m minus 3m will become minus 5n. This 7n, when it went this side, it became minus 7n. So since both are in m, we add them. Then we are left with 4m. 7m minus 3m is 4m. Minus 5m minus 7m is minus 12m. We divide this, we get m is equal to minus 12 upon n upon 4. This will be minus 3 upon n. So therefore now we have m is equal to minus 3n. So what we do is we bring this n down. So we get m upon n is equal to minus 3 upon 1. What I've basically done is from 4m equal to minus 12, I have taken this 4 down. It was multiplied, so it became divided. 4 1s are 4 3s are, so left with minus 3n. M is equal to minus 3n. Next what I do is I bring this n down. So this n comes over here, so it becomes m by n, and there is minus 3 left, and because there is nothing, I write 1. So with this I get my ratio as m is to n as 3 is to 1. That means what? My m is nothing but the numerator over here, and n is nothing but the denominator. Therefore, my ratio is nothing but m is the first numerator, n is the denominator. Now, this minus sign should not be considered in the ratio. This minus sign only tells you that the division is external. Division is external. If you know in section formula, there is something called internal and external division. So this minus sign only tells you the division is external. Now suppose if the answer that we got was, suppose say 3:1, then what we would say is m was 3, n was 1, and here in this case the division, because the sign was plus, this we would say internal. Now because the division is external, we get a minus sign. So this is your ratio. Ratio is 3:1. So our ratio part is done. Now our aim is to find A. To find A, we use this other part which we did not use till now. That is, A is equal to 6m plus 2n upon m plus n. But right now we know what is our m, we know what is our n. Since we know our m and n, we directly substitute, but there is a slight change that you have to do is, in this case when you substitute, you have to even consider the sign. So in this case, you have to consider your m as minus 3 and n as 1. Yes, when you give the ratio, you just say it without the sign that the ratio is 3:1, but you use the word external. Now, when you are finding A, you will have to insert m with its sign. So therefore, instead of m, what will come is minus 3. Now, even with that sign will come, then 2 instead of n, what will come is this 1, and then there is minus 3 plus 1. So we get A is equal to 6 into minus 3 is minus 18 plus 2. This minus 3 plus 1 will become minus 2. So this will become minus 18 plus 2 will become minus 16, because both of opposite signs will separate. The sign of the greater number depends upon minus 2. Minus minus cancel, 2 8s are, so your A is nothing but 8. So with this, the problem is solved. The only thing to be kept in mind is, we start with section formula like this, and then we use this section formula and equate this, that 7 will become this first coordinate, A will become the second. Then we proceed with this, and we get this m is upon n as 3/1. But when we give the ratio, we will give the ratio as 3:1, and because this sign is negative, we call the division as external. Suppose the sign was positive, we give the ratio as m as 3, n as 1, but we say that the division is internal. Now, when we find A, we use this expression that is given to. The only thing is, in this case, we insert the proper values of m and n. That is, we don't neglect the sign now. In this case, we consider the sign. So your m will, since m over here we got as minus 3, and over here we got as 1, we insert the signs as it is, and then we proceed ahead with the calculations to get our A as 8.